Well, hello folks, I'm Daniel Nobre, welcome. This time CINEMIN is gonna talk about a polemic film from 1976 directed by Nagisa Oshima, a co-production France-Japan, that it was made in secrecy. Because the laws in Japan that is very severe when you're filming pornography. But is this film pornography or artistic? I think it's a mixture of both, and we're gonna talk about that. So stay with me, we're gonna take a look at the absolutely classic in the realm of the senses. And you're gonna be up for a good surprise, at least my appreciation for the film will tell you so. Stick around, this is CINEMIN. My name is Daniel Nobre, I'm your host, and this is CINEMIN, the channel for the fans of the Criterion Collection, international films, art films, and American classics. Please enjoy the channel. Here it is, spy number 466. This is my Blu-ray edition of the film that comes one disc and also this beautiful 40 pages booklet that I strongly recommend. There's 2 essays in there. An interview in Nagisa Oshima and nice as well photos with the film, including this one right here in the middle with Eiko Matsuda and Tatsuya Fuji. But the movie has more. Audio commentary from 2009 featuring film critic Tony Raines, interview from 2009 with actor Tatsuya Fuji, a 1976 interview with director and the 2 actors for the French television special, and interview with the producers from 2003 talking about how was the negotiation between the French producer and director Nagisa Oshima. Also, there's some deleted footage and the US trailer. By the way, the cover art is by Neil Kellerhouse. Dans l'Empire des Sens, the French title for this co-production France-Japan, I no corrida in Japanese. So if you translate from the French, we're gonna have in the Empire of Senses. That's literally translating in there. And in the realm of senses was the option for the English title, which is not bad. It involves basically the same thing. As for I no corrida, the title in Japanese, which literally means bullfight for love. However, I don't quite like that. I don't think this is correct. In Japan, if you use that expression, I no corrida, means that you can run away. So if you're inside a situation, you can get out of the situation because you're in. The story was based on true events that took place on May 18, 1936 in Japan. Tells the story of Sada Abi, that according to the website Wikipedia was a geisha and a prostitute. One day, she will meet Kishizo Ishida, a married man that used to frequent the geisha house. At the beginning, they only have casual sex encounters. From those encounters, they little by little start leading to something more intense. From every steamy encounter, the couple got deeper and deeper in emotions, little by little leading to something more obsessive. The real Sada Abi spent 5 years in jail. After she got released, she wrote an autobiography. So Anatoly Dalman, the producer of the film in France, gave the green light to Nagisa Oshima start shooting the film and sent him the money. He knew he wanted something more graphic and he knew the idea that Oshima had about the story of Sada Abi. In absolutely secrecy, he started the production in Kyoto. The censors in Japan were very tough with pornography, so they several times try to find out more about the screenplay that he was shooting his film, but in a very well kept secret, and because the money was coming from France, he avoided any kind of troubles with the law in Japan. The process of casting the actors also was difficult. However, not too difficult to cast the actress Eiko Matsuda, that was already in some productions and Oshima heard about her, he knew her. So he explained for her the part that she should portray, and she accepted. The difficult really part was to cast the actor. He interviewed very few actors because Japanese man doesn't like to appear naked in front of the cameras. But luckily he got Tatsuya Fuji that was already well known in Japan. So this is what the story will be about. The encounters, the sexual encounters between Kichizu and Sada. Their sexual encounters is not love, it's just pure sex and flesh pleasure. In that process, they even develop a friendship, but very little we know about the background of both characters. The sexual casuality, their encounters, they start escalating for something else that will lead those encounters to some crazy spots, and of course their experience of the sexual feelings, and we know that it's not gonna have a happy ending, but it's gonna have an impact on the character, especially the female character for sure. According to the website imdb.com, when the movie was showed in the Cannes Film Festival in 1976, it was necessary to open another 13 extra screens to show this film because it was completely sold out. So why this movie is so artistically relevant? Because Oshima explores, of course, the sexual context of the film. He's very careful when he's filming the sex scenes. He got very few people. It's just basically him and the cameraman, the two actors, and this way they don't lose the mood in order to portray their characters exactly the way they're supposed to be and he intended to show. It's very artistic because of course the art direction in the film is just gorgeous, beautiful. So is the entire cinematography on this film. And also he was very careful, even though he's kind of being vulgar on the sex scenes, they are extremely necessary, the chemistry from the two actors, because otherwise everything will fall apart. So because it's so convincing, it's so intimate, so they put you in a room that you almost just can watch as a voyeur, and I believe that's the fantasy that the movie provokes in all audiences. You're kind of quiet watching that excites your imagination, at the same time you're not being necessarily vulgar. As for Oshima himself, he never went back to the kind of sexual encounters on his films. The next film that Criterion Collection also has is Empire of Passion, and I do recommend, but that is a ghost story. But nevertheless, very interesting cinematography again in there and very compelling story. And I only can add that this movie for me changed the way that I see even the pornography during that kind of period, because the production values back then were much higher than it is today. That is so simplistic, cheap, and just boring. By the way, the critic rates is 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, so there is critics that still don't like this film, I must say that. I don't see that way. I think I move on from a different level, and I think I reached the level that Oshima will expect his audience to reach. I like to think that way. For further details and explanations, do not miss the commentary by Tony Raines. You're gonna get a lot of insights and more information how the movie was made. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave your likes and make your comments. And please don't forget to visit also our webpage that I put it right there on top for you to check it out. I see you guys on our next review.